Hello, everybody. It's time. I've got this one hair. You can see this one hair? It's driving me crazy. Okay, you ever had those days where everything's driving you crazy? Well, guess what? It's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. So we can't have that, can we? Look, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, people. It's time. So you should be popping on here in just a second, having a great time with us. We're going to have some great times because Andrew Davis is with us. I'm very, very excited. Very excited. He's actually been with our show before, so we get to ask all the fun, different questions. You got those new interviews, and you're like, yeah, let's get to know you a little bit better, and how do you? And then there you go. And again, good God, my eyes drive me crazy. You ever had those days where your digits are driving you insane? I feel like there's a hair right there. There is a hair right there. It's called an eyelash. Needless to say. So this is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We're going to have some amazing, amazing time tonight with music and peoples and stuff. It's going to be amazing. I know. It is what it is. But if you are looking to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. That's CelticRain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist, and it needs to be family friendly, meaning no cursing, please. And let's be nice to people. What? I like being nice to people. Well, I'm sorry. Then this is probably not for you. And if you are not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com, youtube.com/see for what is wrong with me tonight? Oh, let's take it back. We're just going to start all over again. Ready? Here we go. You can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you can subscribe and hit that little bell. It'll tell you exactly when to come on. See, rewinding. Sometimes that works. I'm just saying. We are going to have some amazing music tonight. I have some new music from brand new artists. You heard me, brand spanking new. You ever heard that before? Because I'm from the South, and that's what happens. You get words like that. Just saying. Okay, so No More by Starlight Riot. And then you have On My Knees by Celtic Rain. That's me. Thank you. And then you have Ghost. This is a new one by the Scarecrow Band. I know there's a band named Scarecrow, and we have their music now. Yay. This is going to be some great, great music coming your way. I'm just saying, it's the night full of it. You know why? Because it's Tuesday night, and that's how we roll here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. That's how we roll at the Celtic Rain. There needs to be like a theme song for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. And it needs to be like, that's how we roll at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. You guys should help me with this. I'm just saying. Send in your ideas. I'm just saying. You ready? Here we go.
Never so sad, knowing death was happening to you. You fell on your knees, knowing God would come near. That is where you heard so clear. On my knees I find mercy and grace. On my knees I find peace
So that is a new band called Scarecrow Band, and I'm just gonna say this: it's like hair band mixed with like Getty Lee, mixed with like crazy amazing, and I'm kind of excited about their music, and they sent me a lot of it, so yay! So needless to say, that's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun playing that. I'm just gonna put that out there. So yeah, that's for all of the I like to sing in my falsetto men. That's all for you. That's all for you. I'm just gonna put that out there. But we do have a brilliant other person with us tonight, Mr. Man. How you doing?
Hey, Rebecca, I'm doing great. Yeah, just
Um,
chilling up here in Liberty One, looking down from outer space and really digging what I'm seeing, you know?
right. I'm just saying it is what it is. So it's been a minute since you've been on. So tell us just a little bit about your band and what you do musically.
Sure. Well, Mas Bagua is a bit of a fever dream that came out of a deep psychedelic experience that I had many years ago. Well, in fact, it was many psychedelic experiences that I had, you know, uh, last yesterday. But so,
A minute ago.
um,
A minute
but
ago.
Maspagua is has been challenged, has been contracted by the powers that be, true powers, to spread the word of love and light and
Nice.
community,
Nice.
uh, family, as all human beings are. And it
Nice.
seems like sometimes we forget that the person that we get angry with is just doing their best. It's
Yeah.
just having a day, like you were saying, having a day where the eyelash just won't get out of
I'm
your
gonna
eye.
say, dude, right? Yeah. Having a day, just having a moment. The digits.
I had a day all day today for sure. Full moon fever, full moon fever.
I'm
Even
telling
way up here in outer space, we still got. I think we get a little harder because we're so much closer. You know,
you,
I
right?
feel that
Right.
mild
Like,
gravity pull.
what is a day up there? I'm just saying. What is a
Uh,
day? Yeah.
yeah.
So who makes up the band then? So you do
Sure.
what do you do and what do other people do?
So currently, Mas Bagua is a three-piece, right? So
Nice.
um, Adam Silver is the bass player, and Vlad Kerr is guitar, loops, effects, super far out oohs and ahs and wah wah stuffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beep, what's he say? Beep, beep, bloop, blop, bleep. The beep bloops. He
All
has
the
a
beat
lot of
bloops.
the beep
He's
bloops.
the beat bloops. Right,
um,
right. You gotta have those.
and then
They're needed, so needed.
oh yeah, the beep bloops are so needed for sure. And then I do the vocals. I write the lyrics. I mix the electronic beats. Play saxophone, flute, synthesizers. I
Nice.
play the gapachan.
No, that is an interesting instrument. Tell us about that instrument.
I don't really know a lot of history. A friend came to my house and had built one, and he shared it with me. And so I did some investigation, and I just got the instrument. I can't tell you where it's from. It's somewhere on the continent of Earth, Pangea player. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Somewhere
So
around there, the Earth situation around
yeah,
there.
but it's a single string, super simple. That's how I like it, super simple.
Nice.
You know, and yeah. So,
Play a little bit of it. Play a little bit of it for us.
yeah,
Let us
yeah.
see how it works.
Okay, yeah. So it's a single instrument, a single string, and then you squeeze it, and at the end, it's got this nice little drum head.
That's very interesting. That's very
Yeah,
interesting. I could see how that would be a lot of fun. You could add that
it
to
is.
a lot of different things for sure.
Yeah.
Very
So,
versatile.
so we are talking about what Maspagua is and what it does, and
Yeah.
one of the greatest things that Maspagua is designed to do is to create a trance state for not only the listeners but of course the players as well. And in that trance state, we call it trance because we transcend, right?
Mhm.
We transcend and we leave these earthly planes and we move higher, high. And from there, we have a different perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find that cell phone charger that we set somewhere that we don't know where it's at. But
Right.
when you get the higher high perspective, you just might be able to see it, a little clarity.
By the way, it's in the refrigerator. That's where it is. It's in the
Well, of course it is because you need to save the charge, right?
refrigerator.
Everybody knows that if you keep the charger in the refrigerator, it charges faster.
Yeah, right, exactly. So what qualities do you think about you and your teammates? What qualities do you think that make you who you are to do this kind of music?
I would say the higher conscious intent that we bring to what we do. This is um, the music is a vehicle
Yeah.
for that cosmic energy that we've been um, set to transmit, to share. And it's not sent as a something that people must accept, right? We're not praying for people. We're offering them a rainbow of good vibes, and it's much like I think when we there's this story. Do you remember the story of Greek mythology when Zeus would send his message in the golden shower on the almost always a woman, almost always he'd put the golden shower onto some poor unsuspecting lass. Um, well, we're not like that, right? We're not up in the clouds pissing on anybody. We have some love to offer, and
Right.
it's freely given. It's freely given. But of course, if a person wanted to support Maspagua, we have tracks available on Bandcamp. In fact, we've got the last
Absolutely.
4 Maspagua CDs. We don't have the new one yet because it's not finished. But the last 4 are up at Bandcamp, and
Nice.
of course we're on Spotify with the latest album, U.S. Rot Cult.
Nice. Well, we have a few people are saying stuff. Brian's putting hearts up. Brian Hinkey's awesome.
Oh,
And
thank you.
there's a Nancy Davis saying
Uh,
hello.
you know who Nancy Davis is?
Who is Nancy
M-
Davis?
Mi madre,
There you go. There you go.
my
I'm just saying.
mother.
That's
It's my
right.
mama.
Hey, the moms, that's like your best. That's the person that is always going to be in your corner. That's right. Biggest fans, your
You know
mama.
what? I'll tell
Take
you
care of
what.
your mama. You take
Not
care of your
everybody
mama.
was as fortunate. Not everybody was as fortunate as I, because I had and still have extremely supportive parents.
That's wonderful.
Man, they have just always been in my corner, and I sure do love and appreciate them.
That's really, really awesome. So just one more question before we actually talk about some of the music we're going to listen to from you. So what do you think your favorite part about doing this kind of music is? What's
Mm,
there's probably been a few things that have happened that have just been like, oh my gosh, this happened and it blew my mind. For
yeah.
instance, we had a drum circle little couple 3 weeks ago, 2 3 weeks ago, and we were, playing the drums. There was young people playing the drums, and we were all playing the drums. And every once in a while, I'd come out and sing some stuff, and it happened. And then we stopped singing, but we were all playing drums and different things. And then we heard voices singing, and it was It was the most beautiful thing, like these voices, and there was like 3 or 4 different voices just singing while we're playing these drums, and everybody thought it was me, and they looked over at me, and I'm not singing, and I just I was like, "Just keep going," and so we just all kept going, and then when it finally was, dissipated as it should have at that moment, I said, "Did you hear that?" And they're like, "Yeah, that was really amazing." So everybody heard it, and it
Wow.
was it was the angels just singing with us. It was the most beautiful thing. And so I'm sure
Mm.
with this kind of music, there's probably some instances that you've gone through or experienced with that kind of situation. Has there been anything? Tell us a story. Tell us a story.
Oh, on the daily, I can tell you. We played this one show. We were in Asheville, North Carolina, and we were playing this outdoor festival. And uh, oh God, we got into this trance beat that was so. Masbagua has songs, right? We have a product, right, that people can really chew into and get all the flavors and textures and stuff. But my favorite part of being in Masbagua is improvisation,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's free form, letting it flow, just grooving, right? Uh, and yeah, we hit this point out there in Asheville, and ooh, man, like I was straight up seeing forms walking through the darkness, like light beings walking through and around all of these beautiful people.
Mm.
Like it was one of those things, like it's not somebody in an LED suit. You can tell
Yeah,
the difference between physical and metaphysical, and everything that I was experiencing was just like eyes open, cult leader, you know, and I could see it. I could just see it. I could feel it. I could smell it.
mm.
It's like the
Those
ozone in the
moments.
air.
Those
Uh,
moments are just
but that's
beautiful.
that's what we strive for, is
Mhm.
breaking that ethereal boundary. Not so much breaking it, just letting it slip aside.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a bleed through, allowing that to just kind of bleed through. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I
like
think there's moments in life where it needs to happen.
Yes, I like that idea of a bleed through, because it's a nice metaphor. It's like, it's like we talk about the veil being opened, right? In some mysteries, they talk about the veil opening, uh, but in our modern mythos, which is so important to continually create a modern mythos, and through art and music, that's what we do, right? We create that
Absolutely.
modern mythos, like pepper jack cheeses. So we can talk a little bit more about pepper jack here in a little bit, but having that modern myth that you can create your belief systems, your cultural belief systems. That's really the job of the artist, I think, is to add to that conversation. And in
Absolutely.
Montago, that's what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
adding
And I think
adding that voice.
I think there's times in life as well where we realize that there's so much more out there, and it's not, I think it's more of not them bleeding through to us, but us bleeding through to them, because frankly, to be honest, that's a bigger universe than we live in.
Sure.
And so we just happen to not be able to see because of whatever we're in at that moment,
Yeah,
because it's
it's like
just physical is too much at that moment. But then if we just put the physical aside for a second, the spiritual comes through quickly, very
Mhm.
quickly,
Yeah,
and almost instantaneously sometimes.
it's like
Yeah.
swimming in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
It's like, man, you don't
So
know
much
what's
there.
down in there,
So much
right?
there. Yeah.
But it knows what's going on with you, and that's why it's
Oh
important
yeah.
to have, if you're practicing mysteries like that, to you know do what thou wilt, right? Uh,
Right.
be brave, be courageous, be bold, and accept the consequences when that being that you're trying to communicate with it doesn't really want to be talked to.
True. Be gracious. Be
Be
gracious.
gracious. Be
Yeah.
gracious as the giant squashes the bug.
Right. Exactly. So tell us.
Fortunately,
We're
we're
gonna listen to
resilient.
oh, sorry. So we're gonna listen to a song called Hi the Communicator. Tell us about this one.
Hi, the communicator. So, uh, I think that the secret of humanity's success thus far is our ability to communicate with each other. Um, Being able to share ideas quicker and quicker and quicker has led to more and faster advances. And I think that we're only going to see that continue, especially now that cannabis is being so widely available, so much more widely available, so many more people. It's like it opens our pineal gland. It can, right? It can also be used for other purposes, but uh, I think overall. So one of the challenges that we run into, of course, with the proliferation of cannabis therapies, is still practicing good and positive and effective communication skills. So
Yes.
um, this song, "Hi the Communicator," um, it's all about that. It's all about effective communication, and also about accepting that when change occurs, as it always does, and it always will, that we can love it, right?
Absolutely.
We can just
Absolutely.
we can make it be as wonderful as it can be, and oftentimes we can even direct it. We can change. And so this is all about
Absolutely.
communication and change and
Absolutely. Well, we're going to
living.
listen to that, and we're going to do a few things. We're going to have you on singing and playing that, and then you do a little dancing with us. Sound great?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. Have you back in a
absolutely.
second.
Okay.
Bye. All right, guys. So yeah, there's a it's a beautiful thing. I did have a comment which was pretty awesome from David. David's very knowledgeable. The instrument that he was playing is called the Gothic hand. Is used a lot in India. Sorry, in Indian. I'm never going to read things right. By the way, my dyslexia is kicking in pretty hardcore tonight, so we're going to have some little fun here. Indian Bhaskara music. There's a similar instrument called the erkter. I did not pronounce that right. In Brazil, it's called a berimba. Okay, you guys, you're just going to read this. I'm just going to say that loud. And often accompanies capoeira, their dance, like martial arts style. So there you go. You got the whole definition right there because David is an awesome guy and gave it to you. I was going to put that out there. But we are going to listen to Hi the Communicator by Andrew Davis and Mas Bagua. And then we're going to listen to Scarborough Fair by Brian Hinkey and Chinese Whispers by Victor Sierra. Beautiful, beautiful music coming your way. You guys ready? I know. Here we go.
Mind that people could read bicameral mind, bicameral mind that people could read bicameral mind.
Let the scars chew my bones, let the scars chew my bones. Rotting wood and silver linings do not make a run. Promises are promises. Promises are ineffable stores. This basement room grows darker still when you close the door. Let the squirrels chew my bones, let the squirrels chew my bones. When the body's gone, the head is all alone. The passerbys of promises, they will not stop if I hear no more. Sit me up, cut me loose, this no deal gone quite more.
Moving out of the space. Moving out of the space with you. Moving out of the space with conscious out of the space.
Squirrels chew my bones, let the squirrels chew my bones. I was 8 miles high that night you took me home. The effort you extended when you gathered up the scattered up. Double now in letting go, let the rodents sleep.
About
it takes. Some smart horses are lost at sea and pretend they've got it right. Big spenders believe in the land of the free, mostly when the game is loose and the rules are light. We do our best to dodge obstacles, defeating hate and thought control. Sometimes tired of freaking oracles, new moral laws, a new decency patrol. We're flying amongst gales, Chinese whispers, make no mistakes. It smells like winter tales. Chinese whispers have what it takes. Abandoned territories, where knowledge dies and the twit is king. We must part from traitors and bullies and find a way to get away from this wrestling ring. We're flying amongst gales, Chinese whispers, make no mistakes. It smells like winter tales. Chinese whispers have what it takes. We fly amongst gales, Chinese whispers, make no mistakes. It smells like winter tales. Chinese whispers have what it takes.
Oh, Victor Sierra. If you missed the interview with Victor Sierra, go back and watch that because it was crazy amazing. Crazy amazing. I'm just saying. Well, we do have some amazing music coming up even more just for you. I'm just saying. If you do want to send me music, you can send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist or a band or and there you go. And it has to be family friendly, meaning no cursing. Please don't make fun of people. Let's make the world a better place. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking people. We are going to listen to some amazing music coming up. We have A Song of My Own by Mad Scientist Club. Yes, there you go. We have Romance of the Candles by Celtic Rain. Actually wrote this for our wedding. And this coming September, we will be married 20 years. Crazy, right? I know, it's crazy awesome. Needless to say, I wrote this and Samuel played it and then recorded it and we did it. It was played at our wedding, so there you go. And then Ally by Peter Burns coming up just for you. That's right, just for you. I'm just saying. Music just for you. Here we go.
for the answers to the questions I have found. Searching in my own mind for the secret to a sound, a sound that has my name. Lord represents me. Place of life and wonder without insecurities. I'll wait for the day to come when my mind will be free to accept the truth I see.
I've got arms that lift you up, heart that hears you cry. I've got a shoulder for you to lean on. I'm your ally. When I woke up this morning, in the mirror, what did I see? The face of my great, 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 great grandfather looking back at me. And he said, you can't be held accountable for what was done back then. Will it take reparations, a revolution for this slavery to end? And I've got arms that lift you up, a heart that hears you cry. I've got a shoulder for you to lean on. I'm your ally. Climbed up the mountain, looked out on the sea. Call this a land of freedom with systemic poverty. And they yell out, all lives matter, and that's not really what they mean. To them there's only one color, and that's the color green. And I've got arms that lift you up, a heart that hears you cry. I've got a shoulder and hears your cry. I've got a shoulder you can lean on. I'm your ally. I'm your ally. I'm your ally. You can lean on me. I'm your
That's one of those clapping songs, you know. It's a gospel song, man. Just preach it, preach it. I'm your ally. Actually, it's a beautiful, beautiful tune. Thank you, Peter Burns, for sending that. But you ready? You ready for some more? I'm just saying, it's beautiful stuff. How are you? Are you having fun?
Oh man, I'm having a ball. I'm totally enjoying the song selection that you've chosen tonight.
Thank you.
Really, like, I mean, going back to Starlight Riot and of course the Celtic Rain, beautiful music. I love it so much. I love the. Is that you on flute?
No, we used to have a flute player, and we have another one now. So it's amazing how flute players kind of come into our lives and then go out of our lives. But the lady that was there, her name was Melody, and so she is no longer with us. We have another one. We have a Gwen now. We had a Melody, and now we have a Gwen.
Gwen. Gwen's good. Gwen's
Yeah,
good.
there you go. Exactly. So yeah, no. But yeah, so it was one of those things. We're usually Celtic Rain and friends. So me and Samuel are Celtic Rain, and then we have people that come along, you know. And then when our Piper, who's been with us forever, I was like, actually, it's more like me, Samuel, and Jeff when it comes to Celtic Rain, because he's been here for like 12 years. So I'm like, yeah, you're probably not in friends anymore. And,
Isn't
and
it?
yeah, I'm like, just saying, you're now inducted in. And he's like, oh, okay, fine. You know, because he's hilariously curmudgeon and beautifully curmudgeon.
Beautifully curmudgeon.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's those people that are very proud of their curmudgeonness, and he is one of them. So yes. So I'm like, you go. So
Takes all kinds for sure.
I know it takes all kinds, exactly. And it's really funny to listen to them when they get together, like Samuel and Jeff, and they go into, like, you know, the curmudgeonnesses, and you just stand back and you're like, this is what I have to deal with all the time. This right here, you know? And it's hilarious. It's just so funny. It's funny.
That's why. That's why you're such a ball of light. I'm sure,
right.
because of all those curmudgeons in your life.
But I told her, you should have heard me over here. It was hilarious because, you know, I'm muted and I'm like, Samuel, get on, because it'll be funny if you like play during the songs that you're supposed to be playing the song. So I'm like, get on, where are you?
I'm so glad to see you jump in.
It was so funny. Yeah, it's hilarious. So he was like, and I was like, you're done now. You can leave. Get off my show, man.
Come here. Go away.
Yeah, I have an idea. Poor guy. He's such a great guy. He just kind of follows along. Sure. Sounds great to me. You know, that's, you know, 20 years of marriage. You got ideas, and as long as you love each other enough to just go along with things, most of the time life just works, you know.
You know, that's what I love about being a partner, right? When my partner Pilgrim asks me things, I just say, yeah. Yes.
Sure. I mean, what is it going to hurt? Right? It's not going to hurt anything. So,
it's like, do you want to do this? Yep, I do. Doesn't even matter what it is.
I don't even know what it is, but I think
I want to do it.
That's right. I know. And it's so funny because we think about those times in our life, you know, and I'm teaching a lot of music now, and I'm doing these things, and we think, okay, I would never have seen myself where I am right now. Now, there's certain things, absolutely. But you know, teaching and having my own music school and and all these different things. And it makes me think back to those people who put into me, you know, those teachers who put into me and where I started and what they must have thought of when I came around, you know, and what I thought of them that made that spark inside happen.
Mm-hmm. There was I remember one particular night you were talking about specific memories that really were instrumental in your development, or for me,
Yeah.
I guess. And one of the things that really struck me, and I have no idea whether these cats did anything else or what, but I remember I ran across this band called Flash Your Buddha, and they were phenomenal. I was like
That sounds
18 years
amazing.
old in Bowling Green, Ohio, and just like just stumbled onto them. They were just doing this impromptu concert in the middle of BGSU, just like out in the middle of everything, right? And it doesn't seem
Right.
like it was planned. It was kind of flash mob,
Yeah.
and man, they just like eyes open, cult leader. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. You're like, these are my people, and I didn't even know it.
Right? And they've always stayed my people, and I don't think they even knew it.
Yeah, no way. And it's just like because like attracts like, and that is the way it is.
Yeah, but there are certain people that we played with, that just I would never be who I am without. And one of those people was Dr. X, Tony Harrington, from well, he's from all over the place. He played with some of the most amazing. Lee Scratch
Mm,
Perry.
nice.
He played with Eric Clapton back in the day.
Wow. That's
Janis
some story.
Joplin.
Oh yeah.
Like he totally like, it's funny because I met him and I didn't know all this. I had no idea who he'd played with. He was
Yeah.
just super cool reggae dub cat that I was like, oh, this guy's doing what I need to be part of. And so I started
Yeah, right?
jamming with him. And then of course over the years I realized like he was so understated, you know?
Yeah.
He like unless a very specific story came up, his life was a mystery to so many of us. But golly, what an awesome guy, and I just owe
That's
so
awesome.
much of my creative organizational skills to him, for sure.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. So, what do you think? I think about this sometimes. I think about like, what do other musicians think of me? Because you think of these people and you're like, oh my gosh, he was so understated, but you wanted to be around him. You wanted to play with him. You wanted to be a part of that vibe. And it makes me think sometimes, I look at myself sometimes and I think, what about me do people see? What are they taking away? you know as
Yeah.
so that whatever I leave behind, what am I leaving behind with these people? what do
You
you
know, I
think what
kind
do
of
you think you're leaving behind?
I try to keep it very much out of my mind. What sort of influence and flavor I leave in people's mouths, because it's between myself and my deities. It's between
Mm,
it's between myself and my higher self about what I'm doing in the world. And if I get too hung up, Rebecca, on what other people are thinking, even if I really start getting hung up on it at all, and I do, right? Of course I do. I'm a showman, right? Like you, I'm a performer, so it's like, of course, obviously, I get, I feel the love from the people that I'm, sharing space with. Uh, but yeah, Dr. X, man, Dr. X sure shared the love with a lot of people,
well, and that's the thing. It's like I don't think it's really the matter of I'm performing, but it's like, am I doing something that's going to impact people's lives?
Of
I think
course.
for me, that's the biggest thing. It's like, okay, I don't want to just be. I want to make sure that whatever it is I'm leaving behind is going to affect people in a
Mhm.
way that's going to send them in a place that's going to change their lives. You
You
know,
know what? You know what? It's we are given the greatest gift to be able to share our creative spirit with other people.
absolutely.
As artists, it's just I am so grateful and humbled by the task that's ahead of us. And we do, yeah, we do get to influence people's moods, people's opinions, people's uh, vibes. But you know what? We can also do that when we go to the grocery store and we talk to the person that we're in line with, or we share a moment with our bank teller, or
Absolutely.
we thank our garbage collectors, where you know, we just realize the humanness of the other people that we're interacting with. That in itself is an impact that is beyond compare, I think. Um, and yes. It's wonderful to be able to fill a person's mind and their hearts with joy or with emotion. If you're trying to get a person's, if you're trying to connect with a person's compassion, right? Maybe you're empathizing with the pain that they're feeling in through your song. Maybe it's a ballad, or maybe it's a lament, or maybe it's an ambient chanting thing. But when we connect with others, I guess my point is that I just want to make sure people remember that greatest connection is often the one that's
Absolutely.
understated. You know, that
Absolutely.
that thank you when someone holds the door, or the opportunity to hold the door for another person. That basic
Absolutely.
love of other humans is what yeah, is what I hope that I show in a day.
Absolutely. So we're going to listen to a song called Racquetball Zen. Tell me about this one.
Racquetball Zen is, we often are encouraged to um, hold the emotional states that other people are most comfortable with. And sometimes we're chaotic. Sometimes we're hectic, and that's okay, right? There
Yep.
are inappropriate times to be overly rambunctious, and when that happens, we use self-regulation to pull back, to be productive, and to be in the space that is most important in that moment. Uh, but other times, we should be free to be chaos, right? To be discordian, to to let our racquetball courts bounce with racquetballs, and to know the zen that's inside of all of those bouncing balls. I did a video to this song with CG Ryan, amazing videographer. And so that's out there on the YouTube galaxy. If you look up Racquetball Zen, if you look up Maspagua Racquetball Zen, C.G. Ryan. C as in Christine, G as in gal, Ryan, Ryan. Ryan, C.G. Ryan. Yeah, amazing videos. She's done some work with other artists here in town. Um, Phil Maneri, one of the just top bass players, and also Phil runs his own guitar shop, the Fifth Avenue Fret Shop. It's recently changed locations, but still just doing amazing work. So
Nice.
if you need some instrument repair, yeah, Phil Maneri is Fifth Avenue Fret Shop is definitely the guy to.
Where in the world is that?
In Columbus,
Okay.
Ohio. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, his repair styles is really awesome because not he's not the guy that you drop your instrument off to and then come back in a week and pick it up. You pay him for his time and his expertise, but you get so much more because he fixes your instrument right in front of you
Oh, wow.
while holding conversation with you, and just like, oh man, what a treat, what a treasure.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Phil Maneri, Fifth Avenue Fret Shop.
Nice. Well, we're going to listen to the song, do a little bit more dancing, and have a lot of fun. Sound great?
Sounds
All
great.
right. All right, guys. So we do have Racquetball Zen by Andrew Davis, and we've also got Peak Inside of Heaven by Adam Crabtree, and then we've got Miss Rowan Davis by The Bookends. This is a new band for us, so I'm excited about this one as well. You guys ready for some amazing music? I know I am. Let's have a little fun.
When I put my paper to pen, the trouble in my bubble is a little red hand. Lacquer up that firecracker suit jacket, then tumble from the jumble from the racket of my sin. At least 7 more inches of rain. Water rise up, and over the drain. Root reach down to the base of brain. Boot step hard opposite to grain. Call it what you will, we will call it the ball. The dancers are warmed up and they're waiting in the great glass hall, counting down to reason out how tall. The pail of the frail whale floating in the stall. What can you do? What can you? Keep your pretty rosy toesies up and out of the blue. Maybe someday they'll invent a special goo shoe. But up until that time, you and me, we must trust and push
Feels like forever since you went away, but I can still see your smile and hear you laugh and think about you every day. I wish I could call you up every now and then just to hear you talk, to shoot the breeze and you can tell me how you've been. But Lord, I wish there were a way I can take one look through those pearly gates. Can I just get inside of heaven. See you walk those streets of gold, flying with your brand new wings, listening to the angels sing. No one ever grows old. I wouldn't need much time, just a quick glimpse and I'd be fine. Wouldn't hurt so bad, you know, if I could get a peek inside of heaven. There are times I want to bring you back, even for a day, to tell you all the things that I forgot to say. But I know that you can see me now, and we'll meet again one day high above the clouds. But for now, can I just get a peek inside of heaven? See you walk those streets of gold, flying with your brand new wings, listening to the angels sing. No one ever grows old. I wouldn't need much time, just a quick glimpse and I'd be fine. Wouldn't hurt so bad, you know, if I can get a peek inside of heaven. Just a peek inside of heaven.
So that's a new group called The Bookends, and they sent me quite a bit of music as well, so I am very excited about them. As you can see, they kind of fit our situation quite well. Needless to say, we do have our old friend back. How are you, my dear? That's a
I'm doing well,
it's
so
such a
well.
pretty
Thank you.
song.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
is
know.
a beautiful song. That was
No,
lovely.
I
Bookends,
know.
huh?
The
Bookends.
bookends, I know. Look them up, right? I know. So
Yeah.
I about every 6 months, I'll send out and be like, "Okay, guys, if you have music, send, send, send." But every once in a while, I get these just now that the show's been on for 2 years, I get people that just start sending me stuff that I'm like, "Oh, new people. Oh, new people. Oh, new people." And so I don't have to do it as much because if I don't, I have to be careful because I can get inundated and and get too much. And then I want to make
Mhm.
sure that I'm getting it out there. So
Oh, sure, sure. But boy, I tell you what, you're getting some choice stuff like Scarecrow.
I
Wow,
know,
what
right?
production! Holy cats, that was like,
Crazy, crazy, amazing stuff. I know.
yeah.
And I look at these people, and one of my favorite things to do is to collaborate. Like that's like I love collaboration.
Yeah.
I have so many people on the show that I'm like, one day I would like to collaborate with you. Like there's certain people, I'm just like, oh, because I can hear it. Like I can hear
Yeah.
how things
Well,
would click really well, you
I'll
know.
tell you what, if
Yeah,
Scarecrow ever needs a Gapachan player,
right. I know. There you go. You
little
got one
Maspagua
right there.
Scarecrow collab, I like it.
So in your life, who are the most favorite people that you have collaborated with then?
Oh gosh, so many people, so many people. Gosh, right off the bat, I'm thinking, of course, Dr. X, um, Heidi House. I've got my friend Heidi House on a track that I'm about ready to release that I'm super excited about. This ambient
Nice.
track. So I've been doing a lot of deep digs, right, Rebecca? Deep digs, like into um, ambient music, right?
Yes.
Um, uh, I'm listening to and producing a lot of um, music that's designed to be functional. It's like I was thinking about bookends, right? And how it's just nice. It's just nice, pleasant,
Mhm.
right? And these folks that I was hanging out with the other day were giving me a hard time because sometimes I put on ambient music that's like Steve Roach, right, or Robert Rich, or those cats that it's like yes, it's music, of course it's music, but it's like soundscapes, you know it's
Yeah.
like it's not just music, it's not just like verse chorus verse bridge chorus. It's
Yeah.
like it's just like you put it on and it just flows. And that's how I'm grooving, because it's like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's like that music doesn't stop just because we stop playing it, just because we turn off the spigot that it's coming out of, doesn't mean that the water is not flowing behind that closed pipe. you
Absolutely.
know and
Absolutely.
and so that those ambient music. So also we're getting ready to put on Midwest Psych Fest, May 19th and 20th. Masbagua has long been the host band for that event,
Nice.
and now there's some other folks working on it with me. Benjamin Alteen has just been doing some amazing work,
Wonderful.
especially these last 2 years. Things have been a little bit crazy, with me traveling up to outer space and visiting Big Bobby Bob and Monique up on Liberty One. And so Ben has been, doing some fantastic stuff. Our last Midwest Psych Fest was a camp out, and we were up in Sunbury, Ohio, and it was, oh, what a beautiful weekend. Wow. Talk about memories.
Nice.
It's just such a great time. So this will be our 12th Midwest Psych Fest. And
Wonderful.
this time it's still in Columbus, Ohio, and this time it's going to be at the Milo Arts Center. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Milo Grogan area. in Columbus. It's like Fifth Avenue in Cleveland.
Nice, nice.
Anyway, it's Columbus stuff. But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful old school, and they've got just a gorgeous grounds, and lots of. We're gonna have a big bonfire, and there's gonna be a DJ space up front, right by the 934 gallery,
Nice.
and
you
so
said that's May 19th, 20th, and 21st. Is that what you said?
just the 2 days, May 19th and 20th, and
Okay.
of course May 20th is my birthday, so
There you go.
if you're at the show and you want to buy me a beverage, I'll be happy to quench my
That's
thirst.
right. Exactly. How if they wanted to get tickets, or how did they find out about that?
Typically, the tickets will be available, I think, on Eventbrite. But watch the Midwest Psych Fest Facebook page. That's where we're most active. Instagram as well, Midwest Psych Fest.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
on IG or Facebook.
You have that event coming up. Do you have any other events coming up?
Oh man, I'm in the midst of recording a new. Actually, we're doing 3 new albums. Mas Bagua is in the midst right now, so we're doing a lot of studio time. We're doing the ambient album. We're doing a new collection of songs, and we're also doing. This one's pretty exciting. I'm just telling you, this is a scoop that not many other people have gotten. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to share this with you. It's an album called El Mejor, which is, of course, the best. And so it'll be our favorite Mas Bagua songs that we don't really play that much anymore. Because, see, here's the thing about Mas Bagua, right? We don't want to do old stuff. We want to play new songs. And the only way to play new songs is to be continually making new songs. So,
Yes.
In doing that, however, a lot of old songs that are just great songs, they just get sort of left in the dust because, they're not the new stuff. So we're digging some of those out and reimagining some of our favorite Mas Bagua songs in this new album called El Mejor. So you should look for that this fall, probably, realistically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they can find you. They can find you at YouTube. .com /Mas Bagua. That's MASBAGUA. Or you can go to Facebook.com /Mas Bagua. That's also MASBAGUA for you guys out there that are listening in Radio Land. Radio Land, we love you. But you want to make sure that you can also find your music on all of the a lot of the streaming services, correct, as well?
Yeah, pretty much all of them, I think.
Yeah, all of that great jazz. So definitely look up Mas Bagua, MASBAGUA, and support, because that's what this show is about. This show is about supporting artists out there that are just doing beautiful music. So we want to make sure that you guys get pushed forward.
Bandcamp has these Bandcamp Fridays frequently where they give all of the proceeds to the artists, and they don't take any cut at all. So that's a good way to support artists for sure, is to buy the collection of music. Do we still call them albums if they're not like LPs? I know we do, but is it appropriate? Should they not be now called collections?
Well, they could be anything. Could be a collection. Well, technically, there's a collection of albums. So, it's an even bigger situation than you think. I'm just saying, it's a beautiful thing. Well, we're going to listen to a song called Satan Worshipping Dopehead, because I'm sorry, this is just funny. So you have to tell us about this song.
Well, this really is a reflection on common misconceptions that people have about historical figures that become popularized and mythologized. Because take for instance, like this song talks a lot about the Christ, right, and about how the amazing work that he did, leading people and waking minds and taking huge amounts of peoples and just turning them on, right, and overthrowing the greed of the Roman Empire and
absolutely
coming back to service of mankind, and but in today's standards, I think some of the practices that the Christ, that Jesus would have done would be frowned on.
Absolutely.
Psychedelic substances were certainly in his mix. Going out into the desert and doing sleep deprivation and some of the mystic practices that he would have most certainly have learned through his time with the Essenes. Those mysticism is powerful, but it's
Absolutely.
not always as clean and pretty and tidy as we think. Sometimes those psychedelic substances make us puke all over our feet, and then we talk to God. Just kidding.
Well, you usually
Don't
do
puke
talk
on
to
your
God when
feet.
you're puking. I'm just saying. If you've ever puked, you definitely talk to God during the puking. That is oh Jesus, help me. That is a Jesus moment right there.
No, I tend not to take substances that are, I tend not to intentionally take substances that are going to make me puke.
Yeah, that
But
would probably be a bad thing.
So
But,
like that ibogaine, and
Yeah.
some of the, some of those. I think there's other ways to get your DMT besides, taking something that you have to throw up.
Probably.
Either way, you don't just talk to God by those powerful mystic experiences. Typically, don't just happen out of the blue. When Moses saw the burning bush, it was probably a metaphor for smoking some ganj and having. That's the
or
bush.
maybe it did happen.
That's the bush typically. I mean, sure. People are. You're totally welcome to believe whatever. And I don't. I'm not going to say that whatever. But I just know that from my own practices, this is how those things happen. And we take psychotropic substances in a safe way, and sometimes just brave and bold, and then amazing things happen. And so. It doesn't make a person a Satan worshiper. Nothing wrong with that. I have lots of friends who are Luciferians that I highly respect. And in fact, the religion itself is an amazing treatise to the might of humankind. And the respect that we are in fact due, especially when you take those other metaphors in these temples. We have these temples that our souls live in, and yeah, it's important to do them right. But so Satan worshiping dopehead, yeah, it's I do like the first. Sometimes I channel poetry that I just am like, man, that's clever as fuck. Excuse my language. That's clever. And sometimes that's clever as sorry on that.
Okay. Every once in a while I slip up and I'm like, oh right, I wasn't supposed to say that.
But anyways, this I like this I like this first verse a lot.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna listen to this and have a little bit more fun. Dance a little. All right. So here we go. Well, we are going to listen to Satan Worshipping Dopehead. That is hilarious. I'm sorry. It's just funny. And then we're going to listen to Orse do Bahetha by the Selkie Girls. And then we're going to listen to Unburden by No True Ending. And we're going to end with Blizzard by Scarecrow, because they're one of our new bands and I wanted to show them off a little bit more. I'm just saying. They have really great vocals. I'm just saying. And so there we go. So some absolutely beautiful, beautiful music coming your way. Here we go.
me dopehead, Satan worshiping dopehead. Metro-minded with my nuclear-powered moped, hopped on hope and veered, appeared, cropped on top, smoked and geared. Slave to the grave, I graze in my nose. To remind by rind I am bound by the task I have set. Robot gods, what robot gets. Glad to be sad, you bets. You bets. Jesus was a dopehead, Satan worshiping dopehead. Just in time to align a loping biped, constriction of the real, contradiction of the feeling, freaking in the desert with the real deal cosmic seals. Harsh abrasive winds on bare toes, leading bleeding feet to the surly servant's seats, carrying the message sent to be bent, butchered as his flesh, this tight karmic mesh. Anoint your joint with all love, Jesus. Blessings of the blessed, be it mercy, be it justice. Light second sight with the might of fight. The flow of go, the flame of Satan. Similar to the rabbinical, biblical Son of Man, this cat named Dan was not a friend to Abraham. Jesus was what Jesus was, as in past tense. Intense! Along the road leads to late night cockfights. Metaphorically speaking, rising reason starts leaking. Metaphorically speaking, rising reason starts leaking. the foreigners. Oh, Shenaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shenaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shenaba, oh, yeah, oh, Nishe Tauri. Her guarding Irishmen, not French nor Spanish, and they will rout the foreigners. Oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Nishe Bon Tauri. May it please the God of miracles that we might see, although we may live for a week once after Grande Wall and 1,000 warriors dispersing the foreigners. Oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Nishe Bon Tauri. Oh, you're welcome home. I prefer you to 100 milk cows. Oh, you're welcome home. Now that summer's coming. Oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Nishe Bon Tauri. Oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh, Shedaba, oh, yeah, oh,
telling you, that's crazy. That's our
Wow, yeah.
one of our new bands, guys. Called Scarecrow.
So I'm checking them out, right? I'm looking them up right now, and
Yeah.
they're from they're a Russian band, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, so we have people that we play music from all over the world. I've actually interviewed people in 8 different countries on this show. So yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
Man, I was
Awesome.
like trying to figure out how we could book them at Midwest Psych Fest. So
I
if
know
you got any
they're kind of
connections
crazy and
there,
amazing. I'm
yeah,
like,
let's
holy
bring them
crap,
in.
man. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, look them up. They're pretty amazing. Pretty stupid amazing. So if you look them up, it's you actually, if you look them up on Facebook, and I know this is your show, but I have to let people know about the other bands. They're freaking
Yeah.
amazing. If you look them up on Facebook, it's actually Scarecrow.band. Scarecrow.band. Something else, but it's
So right
a
now
dot there.
I'm seeing Scarecrow.rock band.
Dot rock band, that's it. There's there's a dot right after
Rock.
Scarecrow, but it said Scarecrow.rock band. But it's so because there's several scarecrows out there on Facebook. So I was like, had to look them up and find their Scarecrow.rock band on Facebook. They're freaking amazing. So yeah, new band to us, but crazy amazing. And hopefully I've got a few spots at the end of the year. I'm hoping to get them on the show. So yeah, cross your fingers. Well, I have one Russia, and I know how to do Russia, so I know how to do this. You just have to let the powers that be listen in, and you're good to go. Don't talk about stupid stuff, and you're good to go.
I don't want to talk about that stuff anyway.
Happy. Keep it about the music, people. Keep it about the music.
Right.
Needless to say.
Keep it about the love.
Yeah, you keep it in love. Exactly. So I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a blast.
Rebecca, it's such a nice time again. You know, next time you're gonna have my new tracks, and
yes,
and then we're gonna talk about them too.
Absolutely. Well, guys, if you want to find his stuff, remember the 5th of November. No, I'm just kidding. Remember, you can go to youtube.com/MASBAGUA, or you can go to facebook.com. Same thing, MASBAGUA. I'm just saying, go find the music. And this, if you want to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. Just remember, you have to be a small label or independent artist or band. There you go. And be family friendly, meaning no cursing. Please be kind. Be kind. Rewind. And then if you want to, please go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky, and subscribe to that little bell. It's like magic. It just tells you when we're on. It's amazing. That's right. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We thank you so much for coming. We say thank you, good night, and goodbye.